Hi, my name is Michael Ourabah. I'm the CEO and founder of BSO. BSO is a global telecom operator focusing at providing services supporting the mission critical applications of our customers. Unlike most of the carrier who have a significant amount of business coming from wholesale, selling to other carriers, we are mostly an enterprise carrier, and we have a very strong focus on the capital markets and the financial services. So we obviously support most of the infrastructure underlying the trading applications and high frequency trading firms, prop trading firms, stock exchanges, market data providers, or any type of mission critical things in and around trading. So the latency is basically the main driver when it comes to a trading strategy that has some kind of arbitrage or decision-making process dependent on information coming from another stock exchange. So obviously each millisecond means that you can have this information sooner than your competitors. And when you make a trading decision and decides to buy or sell stocks, options, or futures, or any type of asset, if you can make that decision because you know the information before somebody else, you're going to have a natural edge when it comes to how much alpha you can derive from that trading strategy. So obviously, as I said, we have a lot of businesses that derive from the capital markets, but we still have another 50% of customers who do not necessarily have such a huge impact when it comes to latency. However, clearly, any applications that run these days globally has some kind of distributed type of design and architecture. And latency is key when it comes to replicating the data into all of these nodes and access points, which are a natural necessity, especially in the current times and the pandemic that we've been experiencing for the last 2 years. Everybody's working remote and from home and connecting to applications that are hosted either in the cloud or in specific IT systems. And reducing the latency has a direct impact, whether it's for, as we said before, trading and these mission critical applications or less mission critical applications that basically impact all of us when it comes to just the user experience when you join a public cloud service or any type of infrastructure that's hosted on the internet and that has sometimes meaningful distance from where each eyeball user is located. It's actually a good segue into our introduction into the Latin America market. We made a big push throughout 2020, expanding our footprint in Latin America. That was our usual weak point. If we wanted to be perfectly honest, we have over 300 POPs worldwide, most of them being in North America, Europe, Eastern Europe, Russia, Middle East, India, and Southeast Asia. And we had literally only one POP in Latin America. And in 2020, we've expanded tremendously our footprint in LATAM and more specifically into Brazil by adding plenty of capacity on the traditional cables east and west coast of America. And EllaLink for us is a good way to first avoid this single point of failure that North America and especially the US is for any traffic going between Europe and Latin America. And secondly, it also helps us to reduce the latency for the trading firms that have some strategies between the European exchanges or even exchanges as well into Brazil. When it comes to the trading environment, the biggest alpha is derived from the biggest market where you have a lot of volume and a lot of trading opportunities. So mainly Chicago, the New Jersey Triangle, London, Frankfurt, which are the biggest major exchanges worldwide where most of the trading is happening. And each and every single trading firms and the capital markets have been expanding and slow rolling over the course of the last 5 to 10 years into every single piece of exchanges in the emerging markets. So quite naturally, the bandwidth needs have been growing tremendously, not only because of latency needs or lower latency needs, but also because initially there were 5, 10, 15 trading firms, but now slowly you have hundreds of them moving into these emerging markets, and a lot of the bigger hedge funds and traditional banks that were just doing everything through a remote execution partner to these emerging markets. And now they have a tendency to deploy their own infrastructure next into the proximity collocation of the data center where the matching engine of the exchanges are located, even in the emerging markets. So the growth of bandwidth into these areas is definitely going to continue growing and expand. So the need for new cables, new infrastructure is almost endless, and it's going to keep growing exponentially in the next coming years.